important for a CrossFit competitor to be well-rounded.
Well, if you want to be a competitor and you're not well-rounded, you're not going to do very well. So most competitors want to win. We see the gamut of techniques and skills and fitness that you need to have in order to do well here. And this right here is an example of that, strength, flexibility, high technique.
And to look back to the event that took place today, that pace was very frenetic. It was fast-paced. It was intense. But this one is not going to have the same pace. However, the intensity is not lacking in this workout.
That is for sure. And we're looking at the leader from Jackie there.
Aaliyah Helmick.
Yep, Aaliyah Helmick. And she told us backstage that technique is not her friend. So we'll see if she can hang on with that first place through the squats here and the muscle-ups.
Now, when these ladies hear 3, 2, 1, go, they will have 7 minutes to establish a 3-rep max for overhead squat. One of the standards of this workout, the weight has to start on the platform. So they've actually got 2 hurdles to get over. Number 1, they've got to get the weight off of the ground to an overhead position. Their second hurdle, of course, is completing 3 overhead squats at their opening weight. They have a choice for starting weights. They can either start at 85 pounds, 125, 155, or 175, and they can only move up in 5-pound increments. So take a look at the ladies that are starting at 175. Keep your eye on them.
And there's a considerable amount in this heat starting at that 175, and they're going to have to hit that first weight, not only to continue competing this weekend, but we've seen in our statistics the majority of the qualifiers to go to California have started with this 175 weight.
And when you say hit, that means they've got to get all 3 reps. If
Correct.
They don't get 3, then they're pretty much done. So there is a strategy, Cherie, on where an athlete starts with their starting weight. How does that strategy play into this event?
Well, you want to do as little work as humanly possible because you need to rest up for those burpee muscle-ups as much as you can. So if you're confident in this 175, you should most definitely start there.
So Christy Phillips gets 2 in the bank at 175. This is her opening weight.
She's happy about that one.
She got 3. Yeah, she got all 3. The heaviest weight lifted today that these ladies are trying to beat is 195 pounds for a set of 3. That was set by Michelle Kasker in the first heat. If they want to take down the event record, that was set in the first weekend by Lindsay Valenzuela. She got 205 pounds for a set of 3. So Gretchen Kettleberger and Dara Ching both jump up to 180. They hit their opening lift at 175, looking very strong as Dara gets 2 in the bank and now will get her 3rd rep at 180. These ladies are advancing up the weight ladder rather quickly. This is Aaliyah Helmick. Now she is up to 180 pounds. We'll see if she can get all 3 to keep her in the race. She did win the first event of today. So obviously Alicia McKenzie is one to keep an eye on, these ladies that are lifting the heaviest weights.
Aaliyah Helmick there, we saw that she did not make that 180, but she's safe because she hit the 175, so she's not DNF'd throughout this workout.
Okay, so we're at the 2 minutes, 25-second mark. There is a 7-minute time cap, and 7 minutes doesn't seem like a lot when you're lifting a heavy weight several times.
It is not a lot of time to be operating at a high percentage of your 1-rep max. However, you do have to be patient if you want to hit the weights that you are capable of. You can't just go, 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 go.
And Gretchen Kettleberger gets a rep at 185. And there's her second good rep at 185. Cherie, what are the judges looking for? We see those judges right next to the athlete.
They're looking to see that hip crease goes right below the knee and that it doesn't go above, and then that they stand to full extension, which is what we saw Aaliyah do right there.
And she got all 3 reps at 180, so she's able to add 5 more pounds onto the bar and continue up this ladder. Dara Ching
These ladies are lifting heavy
and
at
they're
only
going fast.
3:30 into the workout.
And they're going fast.
Yeah, they're hitting them fast, trying to hit the numbers and possibly maybe give themselves some extra rest before they head over to those burpees.
Well, and that's the thing. They don't necessarily want to use all 7 minutes, do they?
Definitely not. Definitely not. They want to give themselves at least an extra minute to advance over to those burpee muscle-ups.
And would you say you definitely have to start at 175 if you want to win this event? Is that like a must?
It's not a must. We have had women go qualify for the games in California without opening at 175. However, it's a small group of women.
Well, and when you're looking at, Michelle Casker that got 195 earlier today, if you want to beat her, you just don't have enough time to move up in weight at 5-pound increments if you start at 155.
Correct, exactly.
So Alicia McKenzie did open at 175, got that lift, got 3 reps at 180. This will be her first attempt at 185. Gretchen Kittelberger and Dara Ching staying pace with pace and rep for rep going up to 190. Gretchen looks like she has a pretty wide grip there.
I had talked to Gretchen a little bit before this event. She was watching the other female competitors so that she knew what she had to do. That is so smart, and it shows that she is a previous games competitor. It shows that she's thinking about her strategy. Don't go too high if I don't have to.
The experience pays off as Alicia McKenzie gets 3 reps at 185. So she can put 5 more pounds on the bar. And Gretchen is now moving up to 195. And Dara is just a pace behind her at 190. If Gretchen can continue this pace and get all 3 reps at 195, that will tie her for first place in this event here at the Mid-Atlantic Regional.
Which for this moment would be enough for her. She wouldn't need to pass the, Michelle Caster, because she's already beat Michelle in the Jackie workout earlier.
Yeah. And this next event, we haven't even talked about the next event coming up. It definitely plays to Gretchen's strengths with that gymnastics background that she has. This next workout is involving a lot of body weight movements with 30 burpee muscle-ups per time. So this will be Alicia McKenzie's first attempt at 190 pounds. Checking in with Dara Ching as she is adding more weight on, trying to stay in lockstep with Gretchen Kittelberger. Here's Alicia at 190. So there's different techniques to get the weight to their shoulder and onto their back. So what kind of techniques will we mostly see here?
We're going to see a clean to a jerk most likely, and it's going to generally be a power clean because people do not want to go into one extra squat with a heavy load.
So she gets 1 at 190, and this is Gretchen Kittelberger on the right at 195. Alicia McKenzie on
Gretchen's
the left,
at
and they
2.
both missed it. Okay.
She hit 195.
So she got 195 for a set of 2. This is Dara Ching at 195. She gets all 3 reps. She will tie Michelle Casker for the heaviest lift today. And Dara's hands are a little bit more narrow than Gretchen's were. What's the advantage or disadvantage?
If you have the flexibility, it's a more stable position to be a little narrower. That way you don't have your shoulder less stable.
So Dara gets it under the time cap of 7 minutes, and she does get all 3 reps at 195. That will tie her for first place in this event here at the Mid-Atlantic Regional. That definitely helps her out. Alicia McKenzie on your screen there, not too far behind. Now these athletes will have 2 minutes, and that doesn't seem like a big break, but they get 2 minutes, and then they will jump right into event number 3. Event number 3 is 30 burpee muscle-ups for time. So first of all, Cherie, what is a burpee muscle-up?
It is about the most extreme range of motion that you can go. You drop your body all the way down onto the ground, jump up, grab the rings, pull your body weight from below the rings to on top of the rings, and once you get on top, you need to press to have your elbow completely locked out. Unbelievably metabolically taxing.
And they've got to do 30 in 7 minutes. Now, we haven't had, in the first 3 heats, we have not had a woman that has completed all 30 in the 7-minute time cap. However, the score to beat was set in an earlier heat, 24 burpee muscle-ups by Cristina Ruggiero. That's what these ladies are shooting for. They're trying to get more than 24 reps in that 7-minute time period. if they have reps left over like Christina did, they will be assessed as a 1-second penalty for every one that they had left. And so Christina's actually 7 minutes and 7 seconds because you get 1 rep for stepping on your red finish mat. There's Christy Phillips, who needs to come in and do well in this event if she wants to stay on top of the leaderboard.
She certainly does. And, you know, I'm going to just throw some change out there and say that my bet's going to be on Michelle Crawford for this particular workout. And she is sitting in lane 7. So keep your eyes on lane 7. She won the open workout with muscle-ups with this same group of girls. I'm going to go ahead and bet on her for this one.
Now, these women are coming into this workout, into event 3, blind. And what I mean by that is they don't know the current standings from event number 2 and how that changed the leaderboard. Would that affect somebody's strategy going into this workout?
Well, it most certainly would, but the reality is that these ladies know what they can lift. They know whether they hit it or not, and the majority of them know whether they need time to rest before they get here, because you can't really push this beyond your limit. Say you know that somebody did 24 in the heats before. If you did 15 in practice, well, that 24 is just not in your world.
Okay, so keep your eye on lane number 7, Michelle Crawford. And also my pick, Christy Phillips, in lane number 6. I think another one to keep an eye on.
Definitely.
And there you get both athletes. Michelle is on the right. Christy is on the left. And they're chipping away at 30 burpee muscle-ups, trying to do that as fast as they can, get it under the 7-minute time cap. The time to beat if they want to take down the event record is 5 minutes and 19 seconds set by Sam Briggs in the European Regional.
This is a high-skill bodyweight movement with a huge range of motion, and it really adds to the load that they're going to have metabolically. They're going to be exhausted. So if it appears as though these women are resting more than you think they should, it is unbelievably taxing.
Well, and speaking of that range of motion, what are the standards that the judges are going to be looking for and that these athletes need to hit?
As we can see here with Gretchen, the whole body on the ground. She's going to jump or hang from the rings. You don't have to have a lockout at the bottom here, though she does. And then at the top, her elbow goes to full lockout. So those are the 2 things they're looking for. Some other things that could go wrong, your feet coming up above the rings as you kip, or you push away and your lockout at the top. Those are common no reps.
So Gretchen Kittelberger in the yellow with a gymnastics background, obviously pretty efficient when it comes to bodyweight movements. This is Christy Phillips in the black shorts, purple top. Right next to her is Michelle Crawford in the blue shorts.
And it looks as though Christy is being extremely deliberate. She's stopping her rings from moving. She's taking that extra second to breathe. We're going to see if that pays off and keeps her in the game.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is have to have those rings swinging around, have to catch those or try to chase them down before you start in on your muscle-up part of the movement. And the rings are all set at the same height. You'll notice it's 82 inches that these women have to jump up to and grab those rings.
Definitely. Now, if Michelle looks over at Christy here, it's going to be interesting because Michelle last year placed 4th in the regional. Christy's a 4-times games competitor. So Michelle wants to go to the games this year. And so she's looking over and keeping pace with Christy. I wouldn't bet that she might dig a little deeper than normal just to get ahead.
Now, these ladies have completed 2 workouts already today. How does what they're doing, how does what they've already done affect what they're doing right now and the muscles they're using?
What you're going to see huge is if they took that overhead squat to the very last second or very last minute, then they're going to be extremely fatigued.